What's up, guys? We're back on our OG Mono Green Tron deck. Not much has changed with the list, but I still think it's a pretty fun deck to play. We still have our normal 18 lands with our Tron lands, 3 forests, 1 Boseiju, and 1 Blast Zone. 18 seems to be the sweet spot in the land count. Sometimes you'll see 4 stars and 3 spheres. I think you should just run the set of each. Green's really important in the early turns with this deck, so I definitely think you should be playing 4. Our flex spots are 3 relics and 2 warping whales. These numbers change. Sometimes you can play 2 and 2. It's sort of preference and depends on kind of what your meta looks like. For our board wipes, we're running 2 O stones. You can run up to 4 O stones. You can run 0. You can run all as dust. The numbers are pretty flexible. We do have this lone walking ballista. I like to have 1 main deck. It's just a very flexible card that can kind of get you out of jams. We have 1 Thragtusk. Again, this is like a flex spot. You don't have to run any. You can run 1, 2, 3 main deck. You can even run some of the side. I'm just trying 1 main. And then we have 4 Karn the Great Creator. You can play this deck without this card. You just have to switch up your sideboard and make it not just a toolbox sideboard. But with Hammertime kind of being more popular, I think you definitely need this card. If you don't run this card, you'll just increase all of these numbers and maybe add some other creatures to the deck. We have our 1 lone Wormcoil also. We're actually running a bunch of 1-ups here. Again, flex, you can run 1, 2, 3 Wormcoil. You can even run 0. There's been lists that don't run any. We have our 4 Karn, 2 Ugin, and 2 Ulamog. This is kind of like the general consensus of numbers. You can kind of flex between these if you really want, but overall the deck's going to be just doing powerful things anyway. So for our sideboard, we have 2 Veil of Summer for the control matchup, any Thoughtseize decks. We have Force of Vigor and Nature's Claim for artifacts and enchantments. Nature's Claim also comes in against Burn for that life gain. And then we have our toolbox cards with Walking Ballista. Again, it's flexible. Chalice of the Void for mostly Cascade, but sometimes you can put it on 1 for those low to the ground decks. We have Sundering Titan for those 4-color decks, and Titan. Tritosphere hits Burn pretty well. Ensnaring Bridge for those creature matchups. Tropa Orbs for the ETBs. Coding just turns off every deck. It's usually like the go-to with Karn the Great Creator. We have Needle to shut off any Planeswalkers, Boseijus, and then we have Tormod's Crypt for those graveyard matchups. So overall, this is a pretty standard list. We changed some flex numbers around, but you can kind of customize it how you want, as long as you're keeping the core of the deck the same. So if you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the gameplay. All right, welcome to match 1. We're on the play. Yes, we'd like to start. All right, so we have turn 3 Tron. We know that's what we're gunning for here, so we're going to keep this. We actually have 2 ways to get turn 3 Tron. We have scrying and map, but we'll start with our map here. We definitely need a payoff, though. We have some dig with Chromatic Sphere once we hit Tron on turn 3. So we have like 3 draws. Opponent cracks the foothills, gets stomping ground, suspends footfalls. Okay, so we're against Rhinos. There's a payoff. So we'll pass the turn, hold up Expedition map. We have Warping Whale to counter that footfalls, which is why it's such like a great card in the meta right now with all the Cascade. This counters all the Cascade cards. Glimpse, Living End, Footfalls. They suspend another Footfalls, play Ketria, Triumph, tapped, and pass. I'll go get our tower here. So they could have Force up a real thing. We will play the tower. We can't play Ugin out, so we're just going to cycle through our deck. They are tapped out, so we're going to play map. We're just going to play everything out here since they're tapped out. We can go get Sanctum for next turn. We'll play another map, and then we'll hold up Warping Whale just in case they have Shardless Agent here. Of course, we boarded out Ratchet Bomb from our sideboard. Shouldn't matter too much. Hopefully they don't draw a Force. We'd like them to shard this here. That would be ideal. Okay, they're going to do that, and they can't force this either. Let's see if they're on the good version, which is our version, or the bad version. The bad version being Bone Crusher Giants. There's 1 Force, 2 Force, 3 Force. Okay, so they don't have any forces in hand. There's Otawara, and there's Boseiju. So that's important to look at what they hit so we know what's in their hand. So we're going to counter this. They can't do anything about it. They can't force it. I mean, obviously, we saw the forces. They don't have forces in hand. We're going to get a 2-2. We're going to end up playing Sanctum and plussing on Agent here if we don't draw anything else to do. There's a mine. So I'll play Ugin, trigger Sanctum. Okay. So we would go get Ulamog. Okay, against Rhinos, they're going to be bringing in Subtlety. So for Subtlety, Veil of Summer's great. We don't want Relics. So Rhinos, because we're a Rhinos player, we know that they have typically some Subtlety in the... They didn't have any Subtlety main that we saw, but they run Force of Vigor on the side, which is what they're going to be bringing in. We'll keep the Warping Whales in. We'll bring in the Chalice. Because by the time they're on the play, so they can get Rhinos out faster than we can get Karn into Chalice. And we can always get Karn into other things, like Trinosphere. So they also bring in Blood Moon, so we'll definitely be bringing in our Artifact Hate as well. So what to side out here? Another relic. Bring in these 4. Walking Ballista is not very good. Ocean's fine. This is fine. Let's see what this. This. Gonna board out a little of our top end. So we could have probably boarded out like maybe one Ulamog also. So this hand doesn't really do anything, so we're gonna mull. This hand has turn 3 Tron, so we're gonna keep. Put back a Karn, because we need all these other cards to get the turn 3 Tron. So it looks like they're gonna suspend again. Opponent mulligan to 6 also, and we hit Tron. That's pretty sweet. So maybe we can bait out a Sylvan Scrying, bait out a Force of Negation on the Sylvan Scrying. That would be ideal. They play land and pass. We're gonna try to bait out. You know what? Well, see, we'll bait out a Force maybe. And I was gonna say that's our only green source, so maybe we should have held that for. We'll get a green source here just in case. So us getting that forest there lets them know that we already have Tron, which is not the end of the world, but it's just something to be aware of, especially if they go get a forest here. If they don't get a Triumph, if they get a Triumph here, they don't have Blood Moon. Breeding Pool. Oh, they're just looking for lands. Okay. So by them icing on their turn like that means they don't have a 3rd land. They have 2 looks with ice though. Did they get there? It doesn't look like they did. Oh, they did. Wow. Suspend another Footfalls. Okay. They could have another ice, which it looks like they do. We have 2 turns before they come off suspend. Oh, we have a Warping Whale too. That's great. I mean, now I'm sad that we brought in the Chalice. We have 5 mana. There's nothing we can really get. We're definitely going to play Karn out though. Play out Karn. Maybe it needs a Force. No. I don't want to get like metal because they could have Fury, and then that's just kind of like a dead card. I'm going to get Trinisphere. Could get Sundering Titan, actually. Let's go big. Let's get Sundering Titan. They can't counter Sundering Titan. They could Subtlety it, but that's about it. So if this resolves, it blows up all their lands. If this resolves, they lose, essentially. But they can have Subtlety, and then we're tapped out. So it's kind of a risky play with us not knowing what's in their hand. It looks like they're just going to pass. So if we Titan here, blow up other lands, they get Rhino. If they Subtlety this, they get Rhinos. They pitch a blue card. They could also, I don't think it's, this is tough. I don't think it's worth it to spend all our mana. Because they could Outburst here, put 2 Rhinos on, come off suspend, 2 more Rhinos without haste. But we can play it safe and get Trinisphere here. So, there you go. We're going to counter this. See if they want to force it. All right, so Trinisphere comes out. Unfortunately, we don't have any other plays. We could play map. We're just going to play a forest here and pass. So we could play a map here, but we can also hold up Nature's Claim. If they want to cast these Rhinos, they have to spend 3 mana. And if they tap out, we Sundering Titan. So they're tapped out. This eats all their lands unless they have Subtlety in hand, which they can't use because of Trinisphere. Or we just do that. So we can Sundering Titan, eat 3 lands. We'll just, there's like really no way around. Like this wins, this wins. I wonder if they think that they can pitch Subtlety. Okay, no. Nice easy 2-0 to start the league. Okay, round 2. No lands at all, so we're gonna mull. No lands at all, we're gonna mull. Tron, nice. Our turn 3 Tron here and a payoff. We mulligan to 5. We can pitch a Warping Whale and probably a Star or Sylvan Scrying. So this is tough because if they have hand disruption and we pitch one of our enablers, they just take it. This is our green source. I think we pitch Sylvan Scrying. I'm gonna pitch Star and Warping Whale because if we pitch Sylvan Scrying, they take a map. We have Star to dig. If we pitch Star, like there's still more green sources to get. Star does let us dig for more threats. Okay, so this is just Affinity. So this should be pretty good against them, I think. Fortunately, Ugin doesn't do anything against them. But them just playing that tapped on turn 1 is kind of a slow start, I think. They could be holding a bunch of zeros also. They play the Saga. Cranial Plating, that's scary. You can get Karn out. Karn just shuts this deck down. So that would be ideal. Especially like Karn in a bridge. I mean, Wormcoil is going to be a good roadblock for all this. All right, they're just making a construct. We're just going to get the power plant here. I don't know why they're doing this main phase. Oh, so they can get Fragmite out though. Slam, Wormcoil, and Sphere. So they're going to make another construct. Probably attach it to this and swing out with both. Oh, that's... So they're going to bounce our Wormcoil. They only run one of these, I think. And Thought Monitor. Okay, so unless they have another blue source, they can't activate this? Jesus. Come on, O-Stone. O-Stone would be the best draw here. And that's also a good reason to run O-Stone and not All Is Dusk, because All Is Dusk wouldn't do anything here. And there's the blue source. So they're going to bounce this, get in for 11. And they're going to bounce the Wormcoil. 8, 9, 10. Get in for 18. Oh my god. Come on, O-Stone. I think O-Stone's the only way we get out of this, because they can just swing in the air. No. This kills this. but then they're just gonna, I don't think there's a way we get out of this. Ancient Stirrings, wait, O's turn 3. Oh, okay, that does it actually. All right, there we go, Ancient Stirrings. I'm just gonna pop all this now, so that way they don't have, I mean, I guess we could wait if they wanted to play more stuff out, thinking, well, I mean, they're never gonna pop it, so we want to play stuff. Nettlesys, okay. I don't think there's, like, I guess we could pop it now. Well, they would attack, we'd pop it, and then they play all this stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we know we'd love to get a green source here. We're gonna Stirrings first. We hit Ugin. Ugin doesn't really do much, but it's a payoff. Play Wormcoil Engine, and we'll pass. Thoughtcast, that's a great draw for them. Go down 1, go up 2. Play a Saga. Play a Memnite. No attacks. We'll eat this Memnite here. Chromatic Star. We'll start with that. We'll start with cycling here. We can't attack yet. Relic. This is 8. Play out Relic. Cycle Relic. Get a Mine. Play Ugin. Plus on Frogmite. And then we just chill. So they're going to be making construct tokens, which is the problem here. They only have 1 card in hand, though. They're going to cast it. I don't know what it is. Oh, just Sojourners. Okay. We really need to draw something here because the board's going to be too large to survive. No. We could have maybe gotten a, I'll get Passaggio. Wait, do we have another? We only have 1 green source, too. We could have maybe gotten a Sanctum to trigger Ugin when we cast it. Blast Zone doesn't do anything. Yeah, damn. We only have 1 green source, which is annoying. We should have thought this through better. We could have definitely played this better. Is the Germ? It's a black Germ, so we can actually just down tick and kill that Germ. We still can't attack. I think this kills us anyway. Actually, no, we gain 6, lose 4. So far, we're like fine. Actually, if they just equip here, we just lose. What's the equip? They just, oh man. And then they make this unblockable. Yeah, we definitely needed that extra green source, and they kind of, they drew well, for sure. Against Affinity, we're going to be bringing in 3 Force of Vigor, 1 Nature's Claim, and a Chalice, because this is going to go on 0 on the play. Against them, we're going to take out 3 Relics. Relic's not very good here. Take out 2 Ugin. Ugin doesn't do much either. So that's a 5 for 5 trade. Do we need anything else here? No, I'd say that's fine. We really needed to hit Karn or something. We didn't draw very well either. It was a model 5, which is pretty average, but definitely could have drawn better. They top deck Thoughtcast into Saga, so that was good for them. Yes, we'd like to be on the play. Pretty solid hand, other than not having Tron, but we have them all. Opponent kept 7. We only have another 1-lander, so we'll mull. Another 1-lander. We gonna go to 3. I'm not doing that. Sometimes it happens. You could play this out. You could play like land, go, but we're not gonna do that. It happens. It's Tron. Okay, match 3. Only a 4, so we're gonna mull here. We have 2 lands. They're both power. Well, we have 3 lands, 2 power plants. No way to get Tron. No way to dig really. So we're gonna mull. This hand's a lot better. We have 2 Tron lands, a payoff, a way to dig. So we'll keep this, and we'll put back Ballista. And it sucks because a lot of the time Relic's amazing. Not knowing we're up against, hoping we don't need Relic on turn 1. Island, Ancestral Vision. This could be like Electro Dominance, Footfalls, that kind of thing, or it could just be Control. Most likely not just Control, because this card's kind of, look at this. It's like that mono blue deck this is really good against us, just because they're really good with tempo plays, and we just have such big mana. So we're gonna sack Ancient Stirrings here. They're probably like Fairy something or Spell Piercer. I don't know what they have. No, nothing. And then we hit nothing also. So we'll get a star, play that, play star, and pass. We'd love like a Warping Wail to counter that. That would be like hilarious. Usually Tron doesn't do well against these decks, like I was saying, because for our 7 mana, they just spend 2 and counter it with a Fairy. Oh, I thought this was a Tron land for a second. They're going to click us. I can't imagine they take anything. I'm curious if they do. They might take this card, but our hand's pretty terrible otherwise. Yeah, they did take Karn, and they gave us Tron. Oh man, so if they have a force, that's the only way they're going to stop this. That's actually really funny. Don't have force negation, please. Yes. So we're going to get our power plant here, and we'll hold up Warping Wail. That's actually really funny. Did not work out well for them. We're going to counter this 100%. I was going to say we maybe could have played Relic out, but I was holding up Warping Wail. But if we plan on countering this, like we don't care about this to kill, so probably should have just played out Relic. And they know we have this. We'll play our Karn. They have to counter. Wow, they did have force. All right, so if they want to draw, they're going to have to counter this. They know it's coming. Do they spend 1 card to get 3 cards? Most likely. We just need to draw threats, so we're going to end up cycling Relic. Oh, they didn't. Okay. I guess if they counter that, they know we have Karn. They play land, get him for 3, get him for 5. So it looks like they have counter spell up. We would love to draw 2 threats. Play out star, cycle star. So this is 7. We can play this and cycle it and still have mana left over. We don't have their Snapcaster deck. Just gonna play this out. We could play Karn. They definitely have Counterspell up. We have time. We have a few more turns. If they counter this, we can just play out Karn. This is a good bait. No, they didn't. 1, 2. I guess we just play this out. Like, this is gonna get counterspelled. It might be worth it to wait, yeah. Because then they just hold up mana for nothing. But we're going to, we need to like use our mana. I feel like we can't cast 2 spells next turn anyway. And unfortunately, this doesn't deal with this. So they have 3 cards in hand, another relic, cycle that. Tower, another counterspell. We have to kill this because if we eat their hand, they attack us for 5, and then we can't win from there. Because we'd kill the one of them, and then we just get attacked with the other. And we can't pop O-Stone either. So that have counter spells, or else they would have countered that. Actual counter spell. They might have something else. Attack us for 2. They might attack Karn for 2. Probably hit Karn. So they can't minus, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, just us. Okay. They might have click. Well, they need a land and click. We'll put a fake counter on Karn, so really need a payoff here. Don't think they have any counters. I mean, they could have drawn one for turn, but that's about it. This also has flying, which is annoying. That's a good one. Well, plus Thragtusk is pretty huge. Dismember. Okay. I'm sure they would have liked it now for Thragtusk. Don't counter Thragtusk. Nice. Good life buffer. Can start getting in. Now this is a 5-turn clock. I wonder if they have another Dismember. Maybe that's why they're not casting stuff. Okay, so they couldn't counter Thragtusk because they didn't have any fairies. There's the Dismember. We do get a 3-3. So their hand's just full of Dismembers, it looks like. They can get in for 1. I wonder if they hit Karn now because they're so far behind. No, they go for us. They have 4 mana open. Put a fake counter on the token here. I don't think they can, they don't have any responses unless they like Brazen Bar or bounce this while it's tapped. They only have 2 cards in hand. We'll eat the 1 card. This is a nice insurance. Could like double up here if we really want it to. Got another Dismember. I don't think we need to do that. So they'll attack for 3. We'll get in and I guess pass. They have to have something if they're not attacking with this. Yeah, what's their last card? Oh, just Otawara. So they have 1 card in hand. Activating this, get in for 3, it looks like. I guess we'll take it one more time. See what we draw. Warping Whale, okay. That's plus. So we would Warping Whale, we can Warping Whale this. We take whatever is our hand. We can just play another Karn, down tick on that. We have a lot of options. I'm glad we won that first one because I feel like it's only going to get harder. So against Mono Blue Fairies, we're going to be bringing in Veil of Summer for all their counters. And they will probably bring in Spreading Seas, but we'll get at these relics. We don't need those. We'll bring in a Ballista. I think that would be something good to have just main deck. We could have Needle for the Conclave. I don't know if that's worth it. Other than that, we really don't have much for this matchup. If we can get Karn down and get some artifact like Ensnaring Bridge or something to protect us, that would be good. I don't think we need to bring in any artifact hate for Spreading Seas. I don't think that's where we want to be. So we'll try this. If only this was another Tron land, this would be a fantastic keep, but it is not. So we'll mull. Man. This is one of those like makes you think hands because you go turn 1. This is like a turn 3, nah, it's like not it has such great cards, but it's just like not quite there. We'll try 1 more. We'll go to 5. Okay. We'll keep 4. See, it's one of these where it's like, oh, you wish you should have kept your 6. We gotta put 3 cards back. 1. Karn's just like so big and clunky. 2, 3. We'll keep Ballista. Wormcoil could be good, but it's also clunky and it's a ground creature, and they usually have all flyers. So Ballista's good just for picking those off. They start off with a Hall of Storm Giants and pass. Also, if we play Worm, they could have like Vapor Snag or something. We'll start with cycling here. Put a green land. Play out Star and pass. We could crack Star, try to see if we can get another 1-drop, but having the green in play is pretty good. We also have a Forest. It's like close, I think, for more dig versus not. 3 mana, nothing. This could be Archmage's Charm. All right, so now we will dig. Do they click us? Warping Whale. Not great. And play out another Mine. We'll hold up Warping Whale, especially if they want to click end of turn. Are they going to target? We'll do that. They'll take our Ballista. I don't know if they want to give us Tron land variants. This card is very good against them if we do get Tron online, though. They do take Ballista. Leave us with Warping Whale. I think it's close for them to do that. If they take that and we hit Tron, we have nothing to do with it anyway. It just straight up pass. Okay. Veil of Summer. Play Forest and pass. I don't know if auto yields just in case they have another. They just flash that in. I thought we'd get priority to kill that, but I guess not. I'll take 1 hit with it. Guess we'll just kill it. Another Veil. Yeah, so we could have killed that in combat. It's another one. Oh man. Now I feel bad taking that hit. They're still stuck in 3 lands. We're stuck with nothing. It's just going to be a draw go until one of us hits we need Tron, and then we have this Veil of Summer to stop everything. They hit Blast Zone. They just need more mana to activate that also. Karn the Great Creator with a Veil backup. That's pretty sweet. This might go get Ensnaring Bridge, to be honest. Because we'll have Veil for this, and then Veil for... Hopefully they don't have Sprayed here. They don't. I wonder if they didn't hardcast that, they might have had it. And we get the draw. So this is going to die. I guess we just get Bridge here. I don't know. If I should get something else, let me know in the comments. They could obviously tick this up to 3 also, so that's a consideration. Karn dies, sure. We have Oblivion Stone too. They could tick this up to 2. Yeah, maybe we got the tower. Maybe we'll play this out as bait, and they might not care because of Blast Zone. Well, now they have a couple turns to... We're going to cast this regardless if they want to do this in the long run, because this draws us a card, and we have Tron, so we want to start pushing through our threats. I'm glad we drew both... we got the Salt, and we hit Ancient Stirrings, which is pretty sweet. I was waiting for this. I don't want to play this out yet. We don't have any other green sources, but we'll hold this up. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, we actually haven't seen much Salt lately, but we're on Tron, so we'd expect nothing less. Start Ancient Stirring, see if they want to counter this. Unfortunately, we have no more Veils, so we're gonna jam. We could play this out. We could actually, you know what we should have done? If we were smart, we would, yeah. So what we should have done was play Sylvan Scrying, and why didn't we do that? We should have played Sylvan Scrying, gotten, and cast it next turn so we get the free trigger. I wasn't thinking. That's okay though. Actually, you know what we're gonna get? We're gonna get Boseiju. I don't know how many Blast Zones they run. But yeah, we should have gotten Sanctum of Ugin. We'll see if they tick this up. They play Dress Down. Maybe to draw a card, and that's about it. I guess they're desperate. They pass, or we pass. We're just gonna sit on this until they act on Blast Zone. I can't imagine this hitting anything else. Dress Down goes away. We're hiding behind Bridge. There's Sanctum. Play that and pass. Is this permanent or non-land permanent? Non-land permanent. Okay, cool. So they're not even ticking this up. Play out a no stone, maybe bait out a counter. That's awesome, actually. Yeah, they should really be putting counters on this, I would imagine. I mean, they know we have this, so that's why they haven't been, maybe. Opponent suspends Ancestral. Hopefully we draw something to make them have to tap so that they can't put counters on it. Okay, that is something. It gives us an extra look. Not what we wanted, though. Damn. Alright, so we've drawn most of our lands. The rest of our deck is just threats. So we'll see if they go to put a counter on this. Whatever. Ancestral suspend for 3. I don't know what else they could have to get rid of Ensnaring Bridge. Maybe like Vapor Snag for a permanent. They're definitely taking their time on their clock here. Well, Vapor Snag only hits creatures, so maybe it's like another bounce spell. I mean, they could just borrow this, but they've been using theirs. We will Sylvan Scrying. Could get a Blast Zone. I kind of want to we'll get another Tron land just in case they Spreading Seas us. We've drawn all our forests. We've drawn like all our lands. 1, 2, drawn 2 Scrying. All our spheres and stars. Okay. Conclave, sure. There's another sphere. And they can never counter these because they're just like not worth it. Jeez. We're hitting our land drops. Gonna go get a power plant with this. Play that out. So now they can't seize us off Tron. This is a 2-1, so that can't attack. This can't attack. This is gonna be a problem though. We have no more counters no way to counter Ancestral. And as soon as they take care of this bridge, it's going to be a lot more tough to win. A lot tougher to win. There's a Spreading Seas. There's a Blast Zone. So I'm glad we got all these Tron lands at least. So now we need to jam through a bunch of stuff here. So this will counter. Subtlety. That's like the best thing. Like sure, we'll redraw that. Takes them off Blast Zone so they can't do anything. They will get the draw with Ancestral though. We're going to keep this in play because if they want to bounce this, then we just blow up the world. They do have Blast Zone, something to consider. And they're down on clock too. And they have 9 cards in hand after drawing with Ancestral. They play another Conclave. They're definitely not short of spells, lands, everything. They have 7 mana to work with. They might have Borrower trying to think if they want to bounce this. They don't. Put a fake counter on the bridge. Again, doing this does give them the opportunity to act if they want to bounce one of these. They don't. They move to clean up. Probably pitch a land. Svalem can't attack, so they're just going to pitch it. Play Karn again. They 1,000,000% have a counter for this, but we're going to make them use it. Another Subtlety. So this is fine because they can't attack. So yeah, they're like time walking us, but they're also not doing anything. And they also tapped so that they couldn't put this a thing on Blast Zone. They should have tapped differently and they would have been able to put that on. This will inevitably kill us though. They're 4 minutes down on clock. This is only game 2. They play another Spreading Seas. Pretty much a cycle for them at this point. We know they have a set, most likely. The bad part is if they get rid of Bridge, they have 3 2/2s to be attacking with, which puts us on a 3-turn clock. So we'll pass. Play Karn again. Will this resolve? Probably not. They've used... Wow, it did. Holy shit. What do? Do we just get coding? I guess that's like the only thing we can get here. We don't want to, there's nothing to really exile, no artifacts to exile. We could actually get Needle for, let's see that. We'll get Needle for Blast Zone. Because if they didn't counter this, there's no way they're going to counter. So the only way they get out of this is with Brazen Borrower, I guess. We don't really have anything. I mean, we could Chalice on 2 for Brazen Borrower. That's about all we have. I mean, and we could also start coding their lands. I guess we'll put a fake counter on. Hopefully not get punished. Ugin. Throw out Ugin there. Does that resolve? They didn't counter any of this stuff. There's no way they're countering this, right? Unless they drew exactly. Nice little Prison Tron aspect here. Okay, match 4. Sadly, we're not on the play again, and sadly, we do not get to keep another 7. So we'll mull into Tron. Keep this. Put back the spare Tron land. Do we put back the spare Tron land? Or yeah, we put back the spare Tron land, because if we get Thoughtseize, we definitely want that map. And we're against Burn. Our worst matchup. They suspend. At least they don't have creatures. Creature starts are always the hardest for us. We're just going to have to hope that they don't have a million things. So we take 3 here. They shotgun a Sacred Foundry. Maybe Eidolon. This is like the best case scenario for us. This just gives us so much time. And we're also, we're just going to get the mine now. We're also not casting anything low. Like, we have these to burn us, but not right now. Get the mine and pass. So far, this is like the best case scenario for like a slow burn start. They play in some baked canyon here. They might play another idol. Hopefully they play another, okay, creature. They take 2. We don't really care about their life total either. It's not going to come down to that. We take 4, revealing a power plant. That's good. Get that off the top of our deck. And they have what could be a Boros Charm or something. We're going to Karn here. So it's tempting to eat their Goblin Guide. We might do that. Actually, we're probably going to eat their Eidolon here. They hit us for 4, 3 or 4. We go to 8. We go to 9 or 10. They attack and hopefully we survive because we could plus on them. We're going to take, then that would take 4 regardless. They might give us a land. I think the safer thing is to down tick on Eidolon here. And maybe they even waste a burn spell. So we're going to eat the Eidolon too because we don't care about their life total. And okay, they skull crack us. And we can get lands out with this. The best card in this matchup is either Wormcoil, Thragtusk, or Karn the Great Creator. Hopefully they sack this. Yes, that's huge. Say they would have just given us a land and then we would have been screwed. They hit us. Revealing Ancient Stirrings off the top. That will help us get Karn the Great Creator. So I'll figure out what we want to do with this. Ugin plus. We're going to play Tower regardless. So let's get a free Stirrings in. We get to draw. Relic, nothing. Stirrings. We want Karn. Okay, there's Karn. And then the sideboard. Probably get Trinisphere. So they can hit us down to 5 or 4. So we can eat a land here and then play Trinisphere. We would take. They could either sack this end of turn, which is most likely what they'll do because, wow, which is most likely what they will do because they did that last time and they didn't hit us for burn. I actually just realized we can't play Trinisphere. We don't have, oh wait, yeah, never mind, we can. Wait, no. 4, 5, 6, 8, yeah, we can. They float a red. We'll go to main phase 2, see if they want to crack this. Wow, they do. We have Karn. Now they can't cast spells. That means that their hand is terrible if they're doing that. So we'll play out map here before Trinisphere and then Trinisphere. So they can only attack Karn. And then next turn we get to get Temple, probably, play Ugin. See if they hit us or Karn. Probably close for them. They hit us, okay. I guess they have, that's all they can do anymore. With Seiju, nice. Doesn't really do much with this, but okay. Can we do anything with Karn here? We could Ballista the, well, we can Ugin this. That's 6. We don't have green mana. Oh, wait. So if we crack this, go get Sanctum of Ugin, play Sanctum. We can float this, but it's not going to do anything. Trigger Sanctum. Wormcoil might be too slow. Ulamog. We'll get Ulamog here. Because next turn, if they want to play anything, they have to, they can't play anything now. And if they want to, they have to crack this, play a land. They have to crack all their mana. Oh, wait. We didn't use Karn yet. We're doing everything else. We haven't even touched Karn yet. I wonder if we could just uptick them. Is there anything we need right now? Not really. We could get Pithing Needle to force them to use that, but they're probably going to use it end of turn anyway. We'll just get a Chalice. Why not? And then we'll pass. They have the land. They crack this. So they can hit us down to 2. Plus here. Plus here. So we'll eat their lands. They won't be able to cast anything. And then we can just gain 7 life and we'll be good. Force some action. I mean, they're dead so many different ways. They can't cast spells next turn. So, and this is why Karn is the best card in this matchup. Took them a little bit to realize they were dead, I guess, but some people like to play it out. We have that main deck Thragtusk too as some insurance. So against Burn, we're going to bring in this Nature's Claim. We don't really have much, I guess. We have the main deck Thragtusk and Wormcoil, and then just the Karn pack, which is great. These relics aren't good, so we'll bring in Nature's Claim, maybe like Chalice and like a Walking Ballista, just for like early interaction. Burn's either going to be bringing in Path, definitely smash the Smithereens, so we have to be wary of that. I think this is fine. Okay, so we have to mull this. We only have one Tron land here. It's like the same exact hand. This land didn't move. Damn, going to 4. Okay, much better. Keep. So we know we're keeping these 3. Ugin's not very good in this matchup. So we have Tron. We kept Tron. Is it going to be enough? We're going to have to get super lucky in top deck. Hopefully this is another suspend, so that's good. The shitty part is if we play this map and then they destroy it, we are SOL. They hit us in the face with Rift Bolt. Don't kill our map, please. Vantage. If they do, like, it is what it is. It's 100% what you do if you have it, though. We would take an Eidolon here. We would love an Eidolon, or just a pass. Nice Eidolon. This is basically game 1 over. So we got Ulamog, played our Tron land out, pass. Hopefully they don't destroy us too hard here. This is actually a pretty good card if we're trying to like churn through our deck. So it's not terrible against us. It's just the way our draws are working out. It's not really doing too much. This is exactly the same thing they did last time. So we'll let Goblin Guide swing in, see what it hits. We're gonna have to it's a walking ballista. We have to get rid of it anyway. Get a power plant. So it didn't really matter, but I guess it would show if we were drawing. I mean, we could have like drawn the power plant and gotten something else. Lava Spike, the 10, another Lava Spike, Skewer. Okay, this is a much faster start. Thrag Tusk would be the best draw here. Channeling Thrag Tusk. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, we're just dead here. We can't cast any spells. We hit for 4. Ulamog. Yeah, they just have us here. They cycle. That's a good sign. 2, 6. We'll just concede before all that's revealed. Because we go to 1. We Ulamog their lands. They kill us. There's no way we can get out of that. So we'll run it back here. That's a much faster burn start for them, which is kind of how it's supposed to be. Like that's typically how that matchup goes from that way. Okay, we finally get to be on the play. And ooh, now this is a good starting hand. We'll keep this. We have turn 3, Karn the Grey Creator. Doesn't get, maybe can get a little better, but that's pretty much the optimum start here. Especially if they go like turn 1 suspend. We don't want creatures. That's like the worst. Maybe it'll hit us some lands, but I'd rather not have this. All right, Worm Coil, okay. We will take a Worm Coil here. We're just gonna go get a power plant now, and they know about it, so we're slamming that Worm Coil down. Another option is Karn into Trinisphere also. So we'll see what they do. They attack with Goblin Guide, revealing hopefully a land. Definitely not what we want. They keep a 1 lander. We're gonna slam Trinisphere down. No, they did not. I mean, maybe we just slam I mean, I guess we just do this. No reason not to slam Worm Coil turn 3. Like, they could smash it maybe, but then we still have other things left over. Oh, they cycled. Ugh. Now this is going to be... I mean, they also could have Path. They definitely have another land, or else they wouldn't have done that. Don't shock it in. Okay, they shocked it in. They could have Smash. Okay, it's 2 mana. As long as they don't have Path. Fuck, get a Forest. Damn. I guess it was safer to just... I mean, they suspended Rift Bolt, so we're definitely going to Karn Trinisphere here so they can't cast it. That's really annoying, though. We knew they'd run it. Come on, hit something good for once. Warping Whale. Not the greatest. Ancient Stirrings first. It's pretty free if we're going to go Karn Trinisphere. Walking Ballista's okay. Tron land. So we'll just get a Tron land. Play out Karn. Oh, definitely have to use Karn. That would have been terrible. Oh, shoot, we can get Worm Coil back. You know what? We should have... Well, no, then we couldn't have played the Ballista. I was going to say we could get Worm Coil. We're just going to get Trinisphere. And then we'll hold up Warping Whale to block Goblin Guide here. And then we can get Worm Coil back. That's a nice nifty trick. Remembering that exiled artifacts can be gotten back with Karn. So this just does nothing because they can't cast it. Stays exiled forever. They play a land, so they can cast something. It has to be 3 mana. Oh, I just realized I can't cast this because of Trinisphere. I guess we'll crack map. Oh, they're just going to Helix it. See what it is. A Karn liberated. We could crack map, but I kind of want Karn here. Take them off white. We're only getting hit for 2. It's not a big deal. We can actually go get Sanctum of Ugin here and then cast Karn and then go get... That doesn't really matter because we can't cast anything anyway. So we'll go get Ulamog here and that should seal the deal. So we'll eat their Sacred Foundry and we'll pass. And then next turn is GG. They shock in a Sacred Foundry, so they get to cast 1 more spell before death. Most likely coming at us, putting us to 10. And this could potentially put us to 6. But there's no way they can kill us before we kill 2 of their lands. And then attack for a bunch of lethal. Oh, it's coming at Karn. Okay. We get a land here. Well, plus Karn. So this is a burn player that likes to play it out even though they've lost. I mean, all power to them, I guess. It means we get to keep doing more Tron things. So they'll tap 3, probably shoot us, I guess. I don't know. This looks like a Boros Charm. Oh, Path. Ooh, maybe it's not over. Until they see another one. Man, their paths are like, they've drawn 2 paths and they're top 14 cards. Okay, okay. I don't think they're going to be playing around the second Ulamog here, but good for them for having 2 paths. They give us another lightning bolt. Don't want to do that. Ulamog. Now that's the game. Guess you can't get too cocky, huh? Okay, last match. We finally get to be on the play. And we have a fantastic draw, so we're going to keep. Opponent goes to 6. You know, it's scary when you play a Tron land out and pass. We even get to hold up Warping Wheel turn 2. Okay, so this is Living End. So this is going to be good to counter that. We have a Karn, the Great Creator. So hopefully they don't force... I mean, if they force the Karn, then we just hold up Warping Wheel. So maybe that's not the worst thing. Because we can just go Karn into Trinisphere. They shock that in, probably for Waker. Play Karn. Hit Chalice. Play Chalice. They didn't have Force, so that's a good thing. They can Waker here, though. They Architect, Cycle. They don't have any main deck ways to get around Chalice, so I don't think... Yeah, we'll just pass. Karn. Is there anything else we want to get? I mean, we could just get like Tormod's Crypt. We can get a bunch of things here. Sundering Titan kills 2 of their lands. We'll just do that. Unless they have like unless they have like Subtlety, which they totally could. Okay. No, they don't. If they have Subtlety, we put that on top and just redo it, I guess. Okay, so we are up against the Living End. We're going to be bringing in these 2 Veil of Summer, and we'll bring in these 2, leaving Trinisphere and Bridge in the side. We have 3 Relics main too, and Warping Wells, which is sweet. What is not good here? All these cards are actually really good, but we definitely want to bring in these 4. Maybe Thragtusk. I mean, Thragtusk could buy us time. Ballista is not very good. Veil's just good because if they... The only way they can like beat us is if they force our kind of big spells. This counters Living End. Maybe like 1 Ulamog. We don't need 2. It's going to be a pretty fast matchup. Karn is kind of slow. O-Stone buys us a turn. Maybe try that. Like shave 1 Karn like that because it's a little slow. Maybe we can like mulligan to... I mean, we have Tron. We can't throw this back, right? We could mull to Relics and Chalice. We have 5. I mean, they could also grief us too. Cycle Street Wraith. Just straight up like that. Not what we want to see. We have a set of everything. We have Chalice. We have 3 Relics. We have a Tormod's Crypt. We have 5 hits. But I feel like we can't throw away. Okay. No griefs. It's a good sign. But they could just like kill us next turn. Start with cycling. Play that out. Cycle that. Play that out. And pass. So we're spinning our wheels here. They could easily have a force. Hopefully it's just a Shardless, maybe? I mean, Shardless will still do it too. Actually, I'm glad it's not Shard. Play out the tower. Start with cycling. I guess we'll jam Karn. Not much are we doing. We could Sylvan Scrying here, but that's not going to affect the board. Subtlety. Okay. So they can Subtlety and Outburst here. What'd they pitch? They pitch a Subtlety. This card's really good against us. We'll put that on the bottom. It's not going to do much if they go off here. So they can Outburst 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they're probably going to crack an Outburst. Maybe on the draw, we do have to play a little more aggressively than just Tron. So now they get to look at our hand and adjust. Hopefully they don't have a force or subtlety. That would be huge. That's a big ask because they have 4 forces. They've used 2 subtleties already. They could have 1 or 2 more. But if they don't have the force, we get there. They also they got the draw step for turn, and they could also cycle to find it for a blue card. All right, here it is. Do you have it? Yep, damn, they had it. All right, I guess we have to be a little more aggressive with our mulligans, it seems. All right, this has no lands or else we'd keep it. Only 1 land. I think because this is so bad, I mean, we'll go to 4. Go to 3. Looking for hate here. Okay, we'll keep this. Put that away. That away. Damn. Okay. It's unfortunate when that happens, but especially if they have a force for this. Okay, they don't. They could easily just like artifact destruction, blah, blah, blah. All those hands were just like unkeepable. It's kind of a crappy way to go out. Player map, pass. They cycle. We eat. They're just going to be cycling for artifact disruption. They could even force a vigor these 2, which would just be a complete blowout. We're looking for lands here. Here's a land. There's a Tron land, actually. So we'll go get the power plant with this. Maybe find a payoff. Sunken Ruin. Pitching Living End. They take our lone Sylvan Scrying. They might, were they Living End here for 2? They might. No, they didn't. They just want to keep grief in there. Are they going to Living End for 1? We had to crack that. We had to tap out to get the power plant, so it's like worth it, I guess. We could top deck something sick. Power plant. We'd love to beat Living End here. That's one way to do it. Karn. Don't force me, bro. Subtlety. I'm going to put that on top. Subtlety's been huge for them. We'll yield through this turn. Ingature. Eating our relic here. What if they have like a Shardless or something, and they just want to put 2 things of power in play? You got it. So Karn kills one thing, then soaks up a turn. We have to kill their stuff. If we plus, it goes to 10. They attack us for 8. At least this will soak up 3 damage. Hopefully they don't draw well. This kills Karn. This attacks us. Oh, that's a good fucking draw. Holy shit. Subtlety? I swear to God, if it's another subtlety. They top decked a subtlety? That's fucking... That's annoying. 6, 7, 8. Jesus, what a top deck. I mean, we top deck the Worm Coil, they top deck the Subtlety. I guess it's only fair. They really have to like brick on something. No! Jesus, dude. Okay, damn, dude. They just drew so well. I mean, obviously we drew pretty well too for mulling to 3, but these hits they just needed to brick like once or something. They went bam, 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 bam. Damn. Unfortunate. So that was Mono Green Tron. We got a close 3-2. We definitely could have 4-1'd. That was just good draws by our opponent and basically countered everything we did. Just looking at those games alone, Tron felt fine. We beat Burn, which is pretty cool. We should have beat Living End. Affinity, we just mulled to nothing. We beat Blue Fairies, which even though it's a fringe deck, like I talked about in the video, it still can be a tough matchup just because they can tempo us out. The other matches felt pretty good overall, I'd say. I like this main deck setup. I like the relics, the warping whales, the main parts of the deck with just like KGC, Karn, Ugin, and Ulamog. Just those two being innately powerful is like pretty good overall. For the sideboard, I liked it as well. Just like the 2 veils, the forces, everything kind of came into play. And then the Karn package here I thought was great. So overall, good league, good deck. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next time. Peace.